I want to talk to you quickly about anger. It's a common topic that comes up in individual therapy, but then also with the parents that I work with. There's a lot of frustration with my kids' behavior. I yell, I nag, I don't like being like that. I don't like losing my temper. Help me, I don't know how to stop. And a lot of times parents, I think, have this misconception in their mind that anger is separate or something to their kids, and they think that my anger is like my issue and that's my own thing. I disagree. I think what is actually the most effective method of working with your anger is doing a two-prong approach. One, I teach you how to help improve your kids' behavior by strategies, methods, philosophies that kind of, when you shift the way that you see your kids' behavior, you learn how to interact with them better, that then they improve, and then them improving means you improve because you're not getting angry and upset as much because they're easier, basically. So I think that when you're trying to work on anger, especially as that emotion, I think is such a powerful one for parents. What is most effective is if we do both. And in my parenting program, for example, that I do, there's videos and stuff where you learn all of the content and the theory around anger. So that's one piece of it, get the knowledge up here. But then also understanding anger with your kids and what happens with them when they get frustrated. That's another piece that you have to look at. So it's not just about me, and even just learning all of the content, learning all of the stuff about all of the academic book stuff about anger with yourself. That's part of it. But you have to also look at the stuff that's happening with the kids, and that will involve parenting stuff. So if I can teach you both what's going on for your kids, how to manage and improve their behavior, and then also how to manage and improve your anger and control your emotions and regulate yourself, then it's together, then we create harmony, and then we create I enjoy parenting more, I feel like I'm a good parent, then those things kind of shift. But you have to do both. It's not one or the other, I don't think. The other thing is, when people often think that anger is some sort of simple, I just need a handful of sessions and we'll sort out that anger. No, it doesn't work like that. And God, I wish it did. It doesn't work like that, though. Anger is often such a fundamental piece of our wiring as people, from what, was modeled for us by our parents, the neural pathways that are drilled into our brain of how we've always handled anger our whole life. There's a lot more to anger than just come and chat to Heidi for, 3, 5, 10 sessions and we just sort out that anger. It's not that simple. It's sort of, you got to zoom out. I think if you have any kind of problem, but especially with anger, you don't just zoom in and go, oh, we fixed the anger. You got to zoom out. There's a bigger picture kind of going on, and more influencing that has happened to you in regards to your anger that you don't realize. My favorite analogy for anger is that anger is just sad's bodyguard. And when you see it in that lens and you realize, oh, there's actually sadness, helplessness, vulnerability, that is what lies beneath the top of the iceberg, right? The anger is what we see, but then what goes beneath it is all of this often very vulnerable, sad, tender feelings. And that's why we cover it with anger, because anger is mobilizing, and anger makes me feel stronger, and anger makes me feel powerful rather than powerless. So oftentimes anger is where we go because it makes us feel strong. And feeling helpless and sad and weak and all those kinds of things, nobody likes that. So that's why a lot of us gravitate to anger, because it makes us feel strong. But it's obviously can be very hurtful, especially to our kids, and can be very scary to them. So one of the things I like to incorporate, especially in the program, is we go through the parent bit, the kid bit, how they mix, and then also what do I do then? Okay, so I've realized this, I've learned this, then what? And I think you have to approach it from kind of this, 360 viewpoint to actually change your relationship with anger and improve it long term.